I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby, so.
So if you want to take off that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know?
Okay, I don't want that man taking my picture. Why don't you take him out of here?
Sir, you hit me.
I'm gonna do
You
that
hit
next.
me.
Okay?
Sir, okay, now
you take my picture then. I don't know you.
I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to Brooklyn, Michigan, where we find old Stevie Boy, also known as Fricn Media, and his best buddy Todd, also known as MCC, as they parade around the town hall. But the people in the town hall take exception because they refuse to wear a mask on their face. Oh, Stevie Boy says, well, that's policy, not law. So they stand there and debate about it for almost 40 minutes. Good for you. I cut that video length in half. Enjoy!
Yes, can I speak with Brian? This is Mick from the village.
Sir, I have no problem with you taking pictures, so could you please put a mask on?
No.
We need you to put a mask on or you have to exit the building, please.
No, ma'am.
You have to leave the building if we ask you to leave, otherwise it is trespassing, sir.
No, sir.
Well, then I'm going to test it.
There's no law that says I have to wear a mask.
There is a law that says you cannot trespass.
Yeah, on private property.
Right now the law is
This is public property. I can be here.
No, we can.
Oh, did you hear what old Stevie Boy just said? I can be here. It sounds like our good buddy Richard out there in Los Angeles, also known as Sidewalk Boy. I could be here. I could be here. Well, one says I could be here, and the other one says I can be here. Well, that's because old Stevie Boy uses proper grammar. Yeah, all that education he has coming in handy now, isn't it, boy? Yeah. Well, anyway, he refuses to wear a mask. Now, this video is from a few months back when people were supposed to wear a mask, but, you know, policies and laws are two different things to old Fricn Media. MCC gets his 2 cents in too. Let's listen to what they have to say now.
As long as I'm here at the proper time, I'm in the proper place, publicly accessible, and I'm conducting myself in the proper manner. I'm not required to wear a mask.
Moments later.
Policies is for employees, okay? Policy and rules apply to employees. I follow the law. I don't have to leave. This is a public space, sir. I have the right to come here and take pictures. Sure do. Your public office. It's the city hall, whatever you want to call it. You're open to the public. Here at the proper time, the proper place, which is in the public lobby. As you can see, I didn't go past where they have the little gate there. All right, so they count. I guess the city passed an ordinance here, a city policy for masks to be worn. But
just imagine if everyone did what they wanted to, Stevie Boy. Law versus policy. Well, he follows the law, but he doesn't follow policies. So let's say no shoes, no shirt, no service. Well, that's not a law, is it, Stevie Boy? That's a policy. So just imagine if a bunch of barefoot people were to walk into a restaurant where you are, matter of fact, they have bare feet and bare chested. Oh, you say that wouldn't bother you? I bet it would. I bet it would bother you a great deal if somebody filthy dirty walked into a restaurant and sat at the booth right next to you. I bet you'd be quite offended. Well, come to think of it, maybe you wouldn't be, because you're a pretty uncouth person yourself. I can't speak for your wife and your kids, but hey, probably so.
Prerogative to ask you to leave and vacate the private building. You were trespassing.
No, we're public building. We're not trespassing.
I'm not here to argue with you. I'm telling you this is
Yeah,
what.
you're telling me wrong.
Well, when the police get here, they will help
It's
you
a
decide.
public building.
Well, you can argue
You
with
got no
the police.
right to trespass us from a public building.
Only if I commit a crime can you trespass us.
You can trespass on a public building.
Only if you commit a crime. Only if we commit a crime. Yes.
That's not the point.
Yes.
You've been asked to vacate the premises.
But I don't have to. You can't ask me to leave because no. Why? Why are you asking me to
I
leave?
have a right to ask you.
No, only a private business does.
You're protecting the First Amendment.
Yes.
I have the same rights that you have.
No, you don't.
I'm asking you to leave the premises.
I don't have to. I'm taking
Or
pictures.
you take
And you want to
a chance-
confront me and interrupt me.
You can take a chance at being arrested for trespassing.
I'll take my chance.
That won't be my decision.
Oh, no,
I'm
you.
telling you.
Yeah, you can't trespass on public property.
Yes, you can.
No, only if you're committing a crime. Then you're trespassing because you actually committed a crime.
Well,
Something else that Frauditors started, and I don't know where it started or where they got this nonsense, but it's absolutely false. You can be trespassed from a public space just as well as a private space, because the people who are in charge always reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. They don't really need a valid reason except that they can refuse service if you've done something against the rules. Now, right now, these two idiots are refusing to wear a mask. They could definitely be asked to leave, and these idiots just won't leave. So the police are going to be called, and in the interest of fair play, they're going to allow these idiots to continue taking pictures. But as we see in the end shortly, they won't be taking any pictures after all. How lovely is that?
That's how that works.
I think that Congress is dealing with some of those issues right now. So
What's that?
Congress is dealing with trespassing issues right
Congress. Is that what you said?
now. I said Congress is dealing with trespass issues right now.
The United States Congress?
The United States Congress.
Is that right?
That is right.
Well, you know who owns this property, right?
Tell me, I'm sure.
The people of Brooklyn, right? The taxpayers of Brooklyn? That's who owns this. So it's publicly owned property.
And what's the point?
Of what?
Why are you telling me that?
Because you're a public employee, right? You serve the public. You get paid by tax dollars, right?
But what does that have to do with trespassing?
Because this is a public space, okay? And you can't just trespass the public from a public office. Okay, a city hall, a park. This is the same as being in a park.
This is your interpretation.
No. The trespassing law in Michigan says in order to trespass, you have to unlawfully enter or remain on one's property.
What old Stevie Boy says has a ring of truth to it. You cannot enter another person's property if you've previously been forbidden to do so. No doubt about it, but what Stevie's not telling us is that to remain on another person's property after the owner gives them notification to leave is considered unlawful, and you could be jailed for it. But in this case, he wants to push the issue because this is public property and still doesn't understand that you can be trespassed without committing a crime. You simply must be asked to leave by the person who owns the property or who is in custodial care of the property, which would be the manager. So Stevie Boy, you keep talking that mess and we'll come visit you in jail. Well, maybe not.
Okay? What unlawfully enter or remain. Okay? I have every lawful right to be here. Okay? Because it's a public space. You're open to the public. As long as I'm here during your business hours, when you're conducting business, I'm here at the proper time. If I'm conducting myself in the proper manner, that means I'm just walking around minding my.
Because you're refusing to wear a mask.
But that's not a law, sir. Listen. I don't want to argue with you, but you need to understand that nobody can force you to wear a mask. Okay? Nobody can force you to wear a mask.
No, outside you can do it.
No. Not even in here can you force us to wear a mask. And you want to know why? Because in the Constitution, it says what? We have rights that are not enumerated in the Constitution, but we still have those rights. And I have the right to breathe fresh air and not be forced to breathe in my own carbon dioxide.
So what you're also telling me is that our legally elected officials who represent this village cannot make their own laws.
No, they made a policy, right? They made a policy, right?
That is a policy.
Yes, a policy applies to the employees of the city. Yeah.
You tell him, Stevie. Those policies don't apply to you. Tell him how bad of a man you are, too, Stevie. You're a bad man. Remember that time you stood up to that man? He was about 6 inches taller than you. Probably would have given you a good beat down, but you didn't care. You're going to stand up to him because that would have been good for clicks and views on your pitiful YouTube channel. The one that you made private. Dr. Dave made you make your channel private? That mean old Dr. Dave. Whoa, you're a bad man though, Stevie, and I'm scared of you.
Yes. A policy applies to the employees of the city. Laws apply to the individuals that are private citizens of that community.
According to your interpretation.
That's not an interpretation. That's the truth. I as a citizen.
You're arguing with my interpretation. I can argue with yours.
Well, it's not an argument of anyone's interpretation. It's law and policy. They're clearly different.
There may very well be different.
They are different. They are, and you cannot enforce policy on law-abiding citizens. A private business can, but you can't. Not as a public entity, not as a public employee. You serve the public. You're paid by tax dollars. That's scientifically proven. It helps.
I'm not here to debate that.
I don't want to debate it either. I just know we have the right to come in here, record what we can see, record our employees in the line of their duties, and we can do it without being forced to put a mask on our face.
Right.
I'm not going to breathe in my own carbon dioxide.
Leave me a business card somehow I can get a hold of you so if I get sick, I can sue your ass.
No, that sounds good. I mean.
Well, that's what you're telling me.
No, it's not.
You can do whatever you're doing.
Well,
you got that right, sir. He can do anything he wants because he's Stevie Boy, and he's a bad man. He's also an oxygen thief. Did you hear him? He admitted it. He says, I don't want to breathe in my own carbon dioxide. Well, why not? It's yours, you oxygen thief. You walk around all day harassing people, stealing oxygen. You're a thief. You have no shame at all, do you? Why don't you go back to home building? That's a nice job for you, Stevie. You could pound nails all day long instead of pounding people. Yeah, what's wrong with you anyway, Stevie? Whoa, well, I have the right to do this. You may have the right to do it, but doesn't mean you should do it, Stevie. You and MCC should get real jobs. I think you should work at, say... No, I won't say that.
A few moments later.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you been?
Awesome, brother.
What's up today, buddy?
Oh, just out taking some pictures, man.
Cool. This is a nice place to take pictures.
It is. It's a pretty cool old building, man. I can see it used to be a bank.
Oh yeah, and they had it remodeled and cleaned up.
It looks pretty cool. I like all the old pictures on the wall, man. Yeah. I wish we could go back and live in those days. You know what I mean?
Simpler then?
What's that?
It was much simpler then.
Oh my gosh, wasn't it?
And there's a lot of other cool things around town to look at too.
Yeah, I'm going to go take a look, brother. Absolutely. Okay. As soon as I'm done here, I was conversing with this man. He wants to force me to put a mask on my face, and I can't breathe with a mask on my face, nor am I going to even try. And I told him, his mask, his window thing there protects him, and so he's staying 6 feet away from me, and he told me he's going to trespass me from here. And I told him, well, I didn't commit a crime, so you can't make me leave when I have a lawful right to be here.
Do you live in Brooklyn?
I don't.
Okay, fair enough. Do you have a name?
Well, my friends call me Spanky Pants McGee.
Spanky Pants?
Yes, officer, I know it's difficult to believe that, but the guy's 50-something years old and his friends call him Spanky Pants McGee. Ooh, I know there's a story behind that, but we're not interested in hearing it. I'll tell you what we're going to do here, folks. We're going to skip over this high-quality content because this was a 38-minute video, and we're not going to sit here and listen to all this nonsense. Old Spanky Pants goes outside with MCC, and they talk to the cops for about 20 minutes. Let's get to the part where Spanky Pants thinks he's going to come back in. Let's check that part out.
20 minutes later.
Back to the office.
But I'm going to walk back in there and then just take a few pictures and then I'm done.
So if you just take a few pictures, yeah. If you just want to take a few more pictures, you know, I mean, it is what it is. They've expressed interest that, you know, would not like to see you come back in there.
12 seconds later.
Oh, they locked the door?
We couldn't have gone back in if we wanted to. That's a fire code violation.
Yeah, if it doesn't have a
During business hours.
if it doesn't have a push bar on there, they can't lock that door. That's a fire code violation.
It is.
I'll be back, guys. I'll be back.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's one way to stop that nonsense. Just lock the door. That'll keep the frauditors at bay. Of course, then they're going to call the police, the very people they despise, and say, hey, the front door to City Hall's locked and I have official business. I have business to conduct. I have to gather content for my story. Yeah, right. Oh, freaking media. Poor boy. He doesn't upload many videos these days. Oh, we do miss him, don't we? Not. Yeah, right. And I'll tell you one thing, if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.
Oh, you assaulted me.
I did. So many.
You assaulted me. She assaulted me. Racist. Oh, that's a hate crime. You're being disorderly. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police.
I'm not sitting down. I refuse to sit down. I refuse. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can come try to make me. You're welcome to try to make me. Take a swing. Take a swing.
What is the reason for calling the officers here?
You'll go to jail. Go ahead, put your hands on me. Put your hands on me.
No reason I'm really unhappy that somebody did this to me.
I'm going to arrest you for trespassing in a minute.
On public property?
Yeah, we're asking you to leave and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
She's right in my face, guys. You just assaulted me, ma'am. You can't come up and touch me like that.
You don't have permission to film me in any space.
I don't need permission to record you in public, ma'am. No, that's the law.
Salam yahala hamdullah. Allahu akbar. Haknuikan dakra. Ula wala fufatay.
Greetings, Dr. Dave here. There was a great deal of confusion when I posted yesterday about my members only section. I will never charge to watch content on my channel ever. Let me repeat that. There will never be a charge to watch any videos on my channel. The members only section I was referring to is strictly for live streams. It's optional. You will never pay one single penny to watch anything on my videos or live streams. It's completely optional. If you would like to join the channel, it's up to you, but it will never cost a penny to watch anything on my channel ever. Now, let me get on with the public service announcement. Hello everyone, Dr. Dave here. Due to high demand and interest, Dr. Dave has decided to create a members only area for all his subscribers. Several badges and emojis are currently present. I'd like your feedback. What kind of badges and emojis would you like to see? And right now there's only one level you can join at. Let me know what other levels you'd be interested in. I really don't want to charge people extra money for an early view of a video. I believe that everyone should see the videos when they become available. But if you're really interested in something that I can provide, let me know and I will look into it. But for now, enjoy!